Can we do real life here, Pearls? Man, I have tried to record this budget update like for the past 2 weeks, but there's been so much going on. I have laundry stacked up on my bed. We just had the carpets cleaned today, so everything is up off of the floor everywhere. There was no good place. My schedule's too jam-packed. This is the moment. The kids are out playing on the tree. Hopefully they stay there. In today's video, I'm gonna walk with you guys into our bank account and share with you everything that's happened since the last time you and I chatted. In these family budget updates, we share with you guys our real life numbers that are coming in and out of our bank account. We share all of our successes in hopes of helping you and your family. We also share the failures. And I have all of that wrapped in today's budget update for you guys. If you guys want some inspiration and motivation to help get your family budget on track, you're gonna want to stick around. Okay, let's get into this. First off, you guys need to know that I have a completely free Budgeting for Beginners starter kit. Printables. It includes the exact Excel template that you can download and customize for your family's budget. All along the way, I try to share with you the strategy behind what we're doing because yes, it's helpful, I hope, to see our numbers, but more importantly, I think it's important for you guys to know the strategy behind our decision making because then you can use that strategy, tweak it, and make it work for your family. Now, all of this has to go back towards working your goals into your budget. Goal-based budgeting is what's gonna help you stop living that paycheck to paycheck life. So if you want that free Budgeting for Beginners starter kit, go to the link in the description box and you can download it for free. So I'm gonna catch you up on what's gone on the past few weeks and then I'm gonna hop with you into the computer and I'm gonna show you the exact numbers. And actually, I really want your opinion as I go through these numbers. What numbers I'm showing you are useful, what am I maybe leaving out, what do you wanna see in the upcoming budget updates? I'm also starting a brand new series here on Pennies into Pearls where I am featuring you guys, our pearls. You guys are doing amazing things. It doesn't have to be some big giant wins. It's the small wins that keep us going and get us from point A to point B. And I want to hear about those stories, all of them, big or small. And what I'm hoping is if you feel motivated to share your story with the rest of our Pearl family to help motivate and inspire those pearls to keep going in their journey, or maybe just to even get started, I really am hoping that you guys will be up to sharing your story with our pearls in a one-on-one chat between the two of us that I record and then share here on my YouTube channel, on Instagram, and on my blog. So if you'd be interested in sharing your story, you can apply for an interview in the link down below. If you're chosen, you'll get an email soon with a questionnaire and an invitation to schedule our chat. Yes, okay, now let's talk about what's going on. The most exciting thing is back in December, we changed our homeowners insurance as well as our auto insurance. So we bought our house 1 year ago, last January 2018. So homeowners insurance was totally new to us. We live in a very rural community. We live across the street from the forest line. I thought that finding homeowners insurance would be difficult, but I didn't think that it would be nearly impossible. I thought that we would contact people and they would just say, oh yeah, you are in a high fire risk, so we're just gonna give you these astronomical prices, which we did get some of those and paid that last year. But also, I was shocked that probably 75% of the companies that I contacted wouldn't even give us a quote. So anyways, we kind of just like found what we could. We didn't choose the lowest plan, we didn't choose the highest plan, but we thought we found a good plan. Well, we all year long were like, oh, we should look into USAA because hubby's grandfather is enrolled with USAA, and we know that we could be grandfathered in because USAA, you have to be military to be able to sign up for that. But if you have relatives that are already USAA members, then you're golden. So long story short, back in December, it was a busy time, but I got it done. I got a quote. It's slightly better coverage and it's saving us $648 a year. I mean, that's a big number. Like, that's like a good family vacation this summer, $648. We were so pumped. We got slightly better insurance, saved hundreds of dollars this year. That is something that we are so excited about. You guys, it is worth the effort to shop around and at least do it like once a year for your homeowner's auto, cell phone plans, all of that stuff. It's worth checking in to see if you can save any money. So we also had our auto insurance has been horrible, and thank goodness we've been blessed that we really haven't had to use our auto insurance very much at all. But it was horrible coverage. We pretty much were just, I think we were covered for liability. So like if we got in a wreck, it would cover anything that we were responsible for on the other party, but our cars, we would just have to pay cash for. So scary, and feeling so blessed that we made it. Anyways, so while I was on the phone with USAA getting our homeowners, I thought, well, let's look into auto because I've heard that they have such good rates. So we ended up switching. It's $40 a month more than we were paying, but our coverage is like 1,000,000 times better. Side note, I was talking about this on Instagram when we did switch, and we were so excited that we're saving so much money. I did hear from a lot of you pearls on Instagram that you have homeowners with USAA, but you have auto elsewhere. So I'm thinking probably come like June, I'm gonna shop around again and do some more in-depth comparison pricing for our auto insurance to see if we can save any more money that way. I am gonna be doing a savings challenge soon, so be on the lookout for that, and I'm gonna walk you through on a 7-day series on different ways to save money for your family. It's gonna be awesome. And then one more big thing has happened since the last time we chatted. Am I the only one who has a stack of mail this high that piles up on a regular basis? This is what was happening to us through the chaos of launching my first course and all the holidays and all of the things. I had a huge pile of mail on my counter, and so one day I decided, okay, I'm just gonna go through this pile. Let's do this. We're clearing off the counter. And to my surprise, as I was opening all of the mail, I found we got a refund check from our escrow, which is awesome. Please shut it, bud. I'll be out in a minute. I made multiple phone calls to make sure that it was legit and it wasn't a mistake and we'd have to like give it back to them and all these things. Talk about a blessing. I open up the mail and there is a check in there for over $1,700. Would you guys just pass out if you opened the mail and you had a check with your name on it for $1,700? Holy cow. Now, I wish I could say we were doing something super fun with that check, but we had a lot of things that we had to put it towards, and I'm gonna show you those numbers in just a minute. But instead of feeling like, oh, such a bummer, like, woe is me because I have to use this money on bills, we decided to look at it as a blessing because we did have some pretty big unexpected bills, and this check came just like about a week after we got these several $100 bills that we were not planning on getting. The first thing, our minivan was in desperate need of some new tires. I mean, like, it was scary. Count your blessings. It was another blessing from above that we were able to make it up and down the mountain that we have to get to school all the time, to get everywhere without getting in an accident, because the tires were horrible. And we knew that we were gonna need to buy tires, but we were trying to hold off till we got our rewards card from our rewards check from our Costco City card. Well, when this check showed up, we decided we need to get tires ASAP. So let me see how much it was. It was $460 that we used from that refund check to go towards tires. Then the other thing is that we're still adjusting to living out here. We're not used to living off of propane quite yet. So the way that works is that we just have a propane tank here on our property, and then we have a company come out here and refill it when it's needed. Well, we totally forgot that propane prices are triple in the winter, at least. So we didn't account for that. And we got a propane bill, instead of being around like $300 like it has been the last several times, it was $647 to fill our propane tank. So those two expenses alone were almost $1,100 that we were not planning on. We didn't have money set aside for these. And so when our escrow refund check came through, such a blessing. We were able to use it to just be done with those bills. We didn't have to go into debt. We didn't have to dip into any emergency savings. we were good. So that does leave a little bit left behind, and what we decided to do is just to use that extra money and get a little bit ahead on paying for or funding our savings for our gasoline, you know, like to fill up your cars. So those are like the biggest things that have happened over the last few weeks. Let's dive into the computer and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so not a ton has changed on the computer, but hubby and I are currently working on our Financial Unity workbook together for the new year. We're still working on it, but we are getting serious about some majorly exciting long-term goals that I cannot wait to share more with you guys in an upcoming goals update for you. But I'll just walk through this. Don't forget that at any point you can screenshot if you want to save look at how our family is working our budget currently, and then again just adjust it for how your family wants to do it. So up here is just how I track our bills and make sure that things are getting paid. And this is just like a quick look at what expenses we have. This is a quick look at our cash envelopes. Now currently, or more recently, we've bumped up our monthly groceries and weekly groceries in order to, really, it was just because I wanted to and I didn't want to be so tight. Again, your budget should reflect your goals. It should also reflect what you value most. This is something that I teach a lot in Family Finance Rescue, which is my online course. It's currently not open. If you want to be one of the first people to know, because there are going to be a lot of specials going on because it's going to open pretty soon, you guys. It's going to open soon again. Enrollment's going to open again soon. So if you want to be in the know, make sure you sign up for my newsletter. Links in the description box. So anyways, this is a look at our cash envelopes. Don't forget that these numbers are per paycheck. So for us, we get paid twice a month usually. So double this number, and that is the amount of money that goes into the envelopes per month. So my goal, and you'll see if I'm able to make it work in next week's video, is to get these numbers back down to our normal $300 monthly grocery and then $100 weekly grocery, which is $25 per week. But I'm thinking I might leave it at like $30 per week just to give us a little bit more wiggle room to stock up on fresh produce. And then down here is how we split up how we pay our bills. One thing that might be a little bit different than previous updates is in the past, before we moved to this house, a lot of our utilities were due like on a monthly basis, but now things like our water and our trash, things like that don't necessarily, they don't get paid every week. It's kind of like every other. And then like propane, we just refill when necessary. So what I've done, and I actually need to bump this up to account for the higher propane prices, but what I kind of did down here is like just took a total of what per month on average we need for each of these utilities, and then that's how much we put into a savings account for propane. We have several different savings accounts. I will link that video for you that goes into detail on the different savings accounts that we have and which ones might be useful for your family. And then when the time comes for those bills to be due, we just take the money out of that savings and put it into checking and pay the bill. So it's awesome because the money is ready to go. Now, speaking of ready to go, here's a little preview of some of the goals we're working on. I always say that it is, so useful to be ahead of your bills. Now, we're 1 month ahead of our cash envelope bills, so anything that gets paid for with our cash envelopes, we're 1 month ahead of that already, and that's exactly how I teach you guys to do it with a Family Finance Rescue. But all these other bills, we're not quite a month ahead. Like the way we work our mortgage, we're a month ahead of that, but I really want to be like even further ahead. So one of our, the next big goal we have is to get 1 month ahead of our bills. Mainly, I'm excited about this because then just on the first of the month, I just set all my bills to auto pay. And on the first of the month, I just pay everything else that's not auto pay. And I only have to think about bills once a month. We'll still do our semi-month, our bi-weekly budget dates with hubby and I just checking in, making sure that things are going smooth. But I'm all about batching everything. That's why I started monthly meal planning. Who wants to meal plan every week? Not me. I'd rather get the work done, spend a little more time doing it all at one time, and then being done for the whole month. So that's one of our next goals. I'm really excited to share all those numbers with you guys. So go ahead and do a screenshot if you want a better look at these numbers right here. The first paycheck, we pay these bills. Second paycheck, we pay these bills, or we move it into savings. Now, the other thing is, since October, so since we were saving up to buy a commuter car, to pay cash for a commuter car for hubby, since then, we really haven't put money into savings, which is like painful to say. We haven't been super intentional with our savings or with our spending even. We've been a lot more relaxed. It's time to reel it in because we have these major goals that I keep teasing you guys about, but we have these major goals and we need to start like making traction on those. So stay tuned for all of the details on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now don't forget, if there's any information that I missed that you loved, that you'd like to see in upcoming budget videos, make sure to leave all that down in the description. I'll be in there chatting with you guys. Also, don't forget that you can get your free Budgeting for Beginners starter kit, printables. There's also a downloadable Google Forms that is the exact template that you saw here that our family uses, but it's also customizable for how your family needs to use it for your budget. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.